You know, to say it's all doomy and gloomy outside, I sure am still getting that good window lights. Hey. What's up, you guys? I am back with a July wrap-up video, and I read so many books in July, I'm gonna have to split this video into two separate videos because I don't want the video to be hella long. Now, I know last month I had a TBR, and I can say very happily that I read every single book except the books that were on my TBR. So let me first wrap up the Booktube-a-thon. Out of the, 5 or 6 books that I said I was going to read, I read 2. I finished The Witches of Lichfurred by Paul Cornell, which was a book about this small town named Lichfurred. This big corporation, sort of like Walmart, is coming in and they want to build a franchise, and the town has to vote on the franchise. The town is split 50-50, but there's this witch lady who's like, you can't build stuff because the way the town is shaped, it's keeping out bad guys. And then stuff happens, and yeah. The best example that I can give to describe how I felt about this book is, you know how when you have nothing to do and you're just browsing through TV and something comes on and you just watch it and it occupies your time. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is, and you forget about it after it goes off. That's this book. I gave it 2 stars. Enough said. And then I finished Kindred by Octavia Butler. Y'all, originally flipping through this, I was not a fan of the artwork, but reading it, it's weird how much the art style matches the tone and the content of the book. As an adaptation, this was great. Pretty much nothing was lost in reading this as far as the plot goes. I think the only thing you're missing is Octavia Butler's beautiful writing. I gave this graphic novel 5 stars. It was phenomenal. So I would say that my Booktube-a-thon experience this year was a fail. Secondly, on my TBR from last month, I had this book, which, like I said, I picked up off the strength of the raving that Michael Reeds did of this book, and I have to say, Michael, bruh, you let me down so hard. I was so disappointed. I DNF'd this book. It was so boring. So for some reason in July, I read a shit ton of graphic novels, and they were the 2 volumes 2, 3, and 4 by John Layman. I gave them 2 stars, 3 stars, and 2 stars. In that order. I will not be continuing on with the series. They just started getting so ridiculous. There was so much tomfoolery going on. It was like the people sat down and said every idea that somebody brought up, hey, yeah, we're gonna put that in the book. It just got really out of hand, and the artwork wasn't enough to carry it through. So I would not recommend this series at all to anyone at all. Then I read Rat Queens volumes 1 and 2 by Curtis Weeb, whatever his name is. I gave both of these 4 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed them. I also noticed that they added a second artist to the second graphic novel. The artwork from the first volume was kind of light, and then the artwork in the second half of the second volume got kind of dark. There were harder strokes, and I don't know if it was because of the content of the second half of the graphic novel. It just sounds like too many ofs. I feel like the women looked a little more manly and menacing from the second artist. I can't explain. You guys would have to look at them. I can't show you because I got them from the library and I had to return them. So next time I will remember when I'm reading graphic novels from the library to record what the artwork looks like before I send them back, but you live and you learn. Of course, I recommend these, and I will be continuing on with the series. Then I read The Wicked and the Divine, the second volume. If you guys remember, I read the first one in June. Again, the story is just meh. but the artwork is so good. And again, I read this from the library, forgot to record what it looks like. Don't hate me. 3 stars. I don't think that I'm going to be continuing on with the series. I think maybe I might go to the library, and when the other ones come out, I'll browse through just to see what the artwork is looking like, just because it's really that good. Like, I would really blow one of those up and like put it on my wall. It's like that freaking good. And lastly, I read Paper Girls by Brian K. Vaughan, the first volume. It was wonderful. Paper Girls is about these paper girls who go on a route one day and then some shit happens. It's set in the 80s and it was giving me Stranger Things vibes to the core, and I was freaking loving it, okay? 5 stars, definitely recommend it. I can't wait to continue on. So yeah, you guys, that is all for the first half of my wrap up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below in my belly, and I will talk to you guys later.